and I'm moving my hand, you have to keep that verbalization going. And that's one of the things we teach people. But if you're not coming down to where we're on 9th and Liberty, that is ground zero. We're going to be in other places. There are workshops and preparations. It's either system maintenance or system. You want to change something, the first thing is just come down there. There are people that will talk to you. There's Mr. Bay, who's over there. He's also in the contractor. I see some teachers up in here. You need to come down there. You haven't been down there, but there are babies that's out there. Last night, when the police, I think last night, the night before the police rolled up, you had about 15 children out there that were all about her age. And there was only a few adults. So they're out there, and they'll take guidance from you, but you got to become actively involved. You don't have to join an organization, but you still need to be active. That's right here. Yeah. Everybody quiet? Okay, go ahead.
So, my name is Noel. I work with Youth Voting Majority. We do political education and voting rights work. And I've already talked to plenty of folks that are like, I ain't going to vote this year because it's between Trump and Hillary.
In our extended inner circles. And that is, we're at war, number one, let me explain that. So, the United States and any other nation, they withdraw their resources if a particular country is not in support of their agenda or objective. We must do the same thing. Yeah. So let me tell you one simple, with two major international companies, right? That we, for no other reason, we don't care what their personal stance is, we're just doing that to get them on our lobbying side. To say, we're no longer going to spend our dollars with you unless you vote with us and for us. You understand? That increases our lobbying power as we develop locally, state, and nationally our own lobbying group. But now we can get Walmart. Go to Winn-Dixie. We know they ain't much better. That's not the point. We're not stressing that part. We just won't go to Walmart because Walmart is the bigger fish in this particular thing. And just locally, if just the 200 and some odd thousand black people in Jacksonville, Florida, refuse to shop at Walmart and refuse to get gas at BP, go across the street. There's a Shell, a racetrack, or something else. It's just right there. And if we did those simple things, but doing it with an agenda, not just for minimum wage things, but no, in this particular case, our agenda is, hey, we're going to come, whether it's your group or whatever group we end up forming for our lobbying purposes, to say, hey, these are the issues we're concerned about. We are no longer going to support you until you support our agenda.
And let's not take forever to agree on it. I agree with whatever is said. Me, as a person, whatever is said, I'm not even going back and forth.
That he does
I'm jumping on it immediately so things can happen immediately.
And he does raise a very good point, real quick.
No Walmart. No Walmart.
And I'm going to inform let us not get sidetracked by our figurehead, whomever that figurehead is. It's just like in a properly ran household, right? At the end of the day, quote unquote, the man has the final say. You understand? That doesn't mean that he did not consider your opinions, your objectives. So when we come together, whatever that final say is, whether we agree, don't share that publicly. Talk about that intimately like you do with your spouse. That's what we have to do. We have to remove the impulses to criticize what we know is wrong amongst ourselves publicly. We come in here and we go in on each other.
So we setting stereotypes for everybody else's.
I got a name for y'all. I like the United Front, so we're gonna call it the Black Front. All right, I got two votes. I got two names: the Black Front or United Front. Hands for the Black Front. What about the Justice Movement? Hey, what about the Justice Movement? So, Black United Front.
United Front. United Front.
All right, we try to
Look at the agenda. What's the name of this agenda? Can y'all name what people call United?
No.
We also need unitedly
killed.
Awareness to our kids of melanin and not black.
We don't get it. Listen, I got the floor. See, y'all going to open up stuff. Listen. What we have for ADD, James?
Really? Really?
First instance of it. So listen, we ain't even gotta worry about the name. We'll go with
Justice
Black United
Movement.
Front.
Justice
I'm gonna tell you why.
Black
I'm gonna tell you why. When the Jewish, how do you know when the Jewish community is lobbying for the Jewish community?
Jewish community.
Huh? They call it Jewish what? When the Italians, what are they called? The mob.
Man, you talking about the mob.
So what I'm saying is to show specifically why we are here when we show up for the black agenda. Black has to be in there.
That's right.
I don't care whatever how we want to put black. It needs to be in there. Black is down front.
Yeah.
Let me show you something. Show me the heads of every person that's a head of an organization. Please, y'all, I want y'all to look at them now. Everybody who's the head of an organization. That's who's in here. That's the front. That's the united front. Now, when we move forward, that's the front line. But and if you see me on TV, I'm still part of the united front. We are like a clockwork, several moving parts for one objective. We got to make sure whatever we do, it has to have measurable results. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It has to have measurable results so we don't continue to repeat the same issue, the same thing from 50 and 60 years ago. The other thing is, hit me up on Facebook. I need y'all to hit me here. I got your information so we can stay interlocked on the social media aspect. Then we be able, what I want to do too is, after this, she gonna come in and kick you out. But y'all will get an email based on what you said. It's gonna be broken down into categories. It's gonna be broken down into 3 categories. And in those 3 categories will be 3 groups. And in those 3 groups will be ran by 3 people. Y'all see what I'm saying? And then we still operating as a grand body. But we can have another one of these. We can do 2 more of these. I don't like to keep meeting. But y'all, we can talk outside of this tomorrow, next day, so forth and so on. But that's how we're gonna break this down. We'll break down into 3 categories. 3 groups, 3 heads to be in that group operating, we still operate as a body. 3 groups is the balance off the voting, or the opinions, or the concepts. Right? We already know it's food, clothing, and shelter.